Uh-oh. Hold on. Give me just a second. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So if you don't have a Canva, you can go to my website, to Samanthajax.com. Go right over to the downloads tab. That's what I just clicked. And when you scroll down and you click on free Canva workshop, here is a link here for Canva. So when you click on it, you'll get my discount for your free trial, and then after your free trial, then they'll offer you whatever my discount is after that. After the, I think it's a 30-day free trial, but you can go there and get Canva if you don't have it. Okay, so moving along onto Canva, y'all see I'm in here all the time. This is all the stuff that I started, finished, stopped, and it's so many different things that you can do with Canva. Like let's say Black Friday is coming up, and that's the main reason for us doing this video. It's a lot of people that are now starting to put out all of the advertisement for Black Friday because you want people to get prepared for the sales that you're going to be having. So a lot of times you can go in here and you can go up to the search bar and you can type in Black Friday and it'll give you a lot of templates. Now, when you have the free trial, you can get the free templates on here, like the ones right here with the star. Those are free. Those are free. But when you see the one here with the crown right there in the corner, you have to pay for those. Now, I used the free Canva for a while. However, I no longer use the free Canva because I do over and above what the free Canva offers. So, if you don't have the paid Canva, it is still many things that you can do with the free Canva. So we'll do, let's pick one of these. Let's see. Ronika, since we got you on here, let's see. Might not want to try. And if you can't find one of the templates that you like, try some different ones. Because even like something like this, I use something like this and I flip it all the way around and make it something completely different. So you can do that too. But let me look and see here. Um, okay, so we'll use this one. So we'll use this one for example. And you don't have to keep all of this stuff, like everything that's highlighted inside that purple box, you can change. You can move, you can change everything inside the highlighted box. You can move, you can change. You can even change the colors. Like I'm going to highlight this box right here, and this is going to be just for the circles. See how I can move those circles? I can move them back. If I pull it over here too far, and I click out of it and you don't see the purple circle, you can always go back to it. There's a back arrow right here. It'll take you right back. So if you highlight it back, just highlight it if you want to change those colors. This is how you can make it different so that it doesn't just look like you got it right out of Canva. Just go up to edit image. And there's a lot of other options inside of here. Like you can go to this type of effect if you want to change it. If you want to take it off, it's changing it now. So it made it look like a cartoon type of effect. You can also do it to this portion too if you want to do that. I don't use those, but I'm just using this as an example just to show you the different things that you could do. So that in turn, those colors go with her makeup. If you use her, you could take her out. Now you see how that don't match up? You could change that. You can see how you can move that around. It was already like that, but you see how that overlaps? You could switch that around. So if you move that over to the side, there's a little circle right here, and it'll turn that picture around just like that. And just let it go. And you're working this with your mouse. You can move it up, you can move it over. Don't move it over too far because it's going to take up her circle. But you could do it that way. You could even take it away. You don't have to have it if you don't want. I just took it out. Just took it out. I just took all of that out. And you could use this space for words if you would like. So we could take her picture out also. We're going to put something back in that spot, but we're going to change her picture. So if you highlight the purple with her picture, I got a bunch of pictures that's uploaded in here. Ronika, I think I got some pictures of you in here from a long time ago
Yeah,
when I
we'll put
was
them on there if they cute. No, I'm just playing.
when I was see, I got some for you right there. I got some pictures of you in here. Let's see. We'll do we'll do that one. Okay. So we're gonna put that right there. And I'm gonna go over the pictures too, but I'm gonna drop that picture there, and then I'm gonna take that off too. But I'm gonna say something about the pictures. So with the pictures, let me just show you all the pictures that I use, and I have not used a professional photographer photos in about 2 years. This is the last. This picture here, that's the last set of photos that I used with a professional photographer. I don't sometimes I do use professional photographers, but a lot of times because I make my own flyers, I don't because I know how to clean them up. So I did these photos here myself. However, there are ways that you could use these photos, and I'm going to show you how. Let me take your photo out for a second. I'm gonna put it back, but let me just take it out for a second. This photo of mine that I just pulled up, I'm gonna drop it in that circle, right? But then if you click back on that box and it highlights purple, you're focusing just on that. You're gonna go back up to edit, and this you can only do this if you have the paid Canva. I can give you a website where you can do this without paying for Canva. Um, and what I'm talking about is removing the background. That's what I'm getting ready to do. But I can give you a website that you can go to, and it's free to remove your background, and then you could bring your picture over if you want to do that. It's just the extra added step. So with the paid Canva, you also get that option. So I'm just removing my background because I don't want that stuff in my background. Okay. So that's in my background. I want to try to bring this down as far as I can just because my hands are right there. Because you don't want your hands to just be on the white. You got to focus on all of it. And that's if you use that photo. Me personally, I wouldn't use that photo for this particular flyer. I was just using it just to show you how to take the background out. And show you that you have that option. So I'm just using the back arrow because I don't want to keep any of that. So I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna highlight this photo and I'm gonna take it out. I just went back to where I was. This right here, I'm gonna take this off because I don't want it. I don't want it no more. I want it to go back to normal. And watch me can't get it to go back to no. It don't look like it's taking it off.
Now, is there an option to like start all over if you just totally jack it up?
You can go back like this as far as you can. It's only gonna go back until you started sharing again. So it looked like it's gonna take me. Yep, it took me all the way back. So it took me all the way back to the beginning. So if you still want to work with the same photo as it originally was, you could still take her out. And remember, when you have a circle that has the little cloud and the blue sky and the green, like look, I call it golf grass. When you drop your picture over, it's automatically gonna fall in that circle. You're not gonna have to do no editing to it. You're not gonna have to crop it. You're not gonna have to do anything. Now, it is other circles that are on some of these pictures that don't have that, and the picture won't just drop in there like that. So those are the only ones that are gonna just drop in there like that. Um, with this cell right here. If you want to keep that cell right there, you can, or you can change it. I would be specific is typically what I do. So I would say something like, and your wording that you use is pretty much key. Your color is key as well, but your wording is going to be key. So I would say I would have to look at your picture and I would say, so I would, this is just making my words smaller here. That word was a little bit too big for me, so I just brought the lettering down. So I would say I want to make a big moderation on your eyes because what we're going to be advertising is eyelashes. So I would make a word that's going to be catchy, that's going to catch their eye. So I do sweet, and then underneath that, because they're going to want to know what's so sweet. And then I would leave this up to, I would say up to 15% off on selected mink lashes and gloss. And I would stretch it out so that your words would go all the way across. You don't have to double up your words if you don't want to. You can take it, got a word right here, but you don't have to use that. You can add other things. And also with your flyers, you also gonna want to add all your information. So don't just try to sell them. You're gonna want to solve their issue too. So why are you trying to sell them mink eyelashes and lip gloss? You could use this as a catchphrase. Like I use experience because I want you to experience beauty 7 days a week. So if your business doesn't have a mantra or something like that, you're gonna kind of want to come up with one so that way somebody will know, if they'll know every time they look at your logo, oh, this, or hey, this, they can say it. So that's what I would say. So I would say sweet, I would put deal here, deal. And again, I would stretch that out because I don't want no doubled up words. So you're gonna want to put that like somewhere right there just so they'll see. And you can also add more stuff like I'm going to. So you can go right over here to text. I'm gonna add another text box. You can also add something down here, but I'm not gonna do that. I'll show you some other flyers where I did use that stuff. Um, but I'm not gonna use that right now. I'm just gonna use one of these. So I'm gonna use the medium one. So this already says sweet deal up to 15% off up to selected mink lashes and gloss, experience and beauty 7 days a week. And then here I'm gonna say, again, you're feeding into their beauty points of what you're trying to sell. Self-care could be any time of the day. So I would throw some in there like that. And I would probably do something like, let me see. You don't want to cloud it up with a whole bunch of words, but I would do, and if you can't find what you're looking for, you can also, uh-uh, that's too dark. And another thing, when you bring over pictures, okay, let me show you something and I'm going to take it away, then I'll show you why. So you see how I got my cursor on the corner of this picture and it's only pulling out the end of the picture, right? So I'm going to take that away. I'm going to get that picture back. The only way not to do that so that it'll all pull at the same time is to hold down your Alt button that's next to your space bar on your keyboard. And that's if you're on a computer or laptop. Hold down your Alt button and then pull it, and then it all pulls at the same time. I'm not trying to make it bigger, I'm trying to make it smaller. So I would probably make it a little bit smaller. Hold on, I'm on my word. Let me put it back. Just to put a little something in between, I would do something like that because it's cute, it's fun, and it's interesting. So it's going to make them want to read what's going on. First of all, your picture is pretty on the front. So they're going to want to know what it is that you're selling. So when they look at sweet, they're going to want to know it got to be a sweet deal. And they're going to read the rest of it. And then that's where you follow up with, you put another text box and you put all your information. And your website should always be in all caps because you want to make sure that everybody sees it. I can't spell today, and that's too big. So I'm gonna make it smaller so it'll all be in one line. And you're gonna move it over a little bit. And if you look at the line, you see the little pink line in the middle, it'll show you where it is lined up in the middle. So your stuff ain't all offline like that or offline like that. If you just move it over slowly, it'll show you where the middle point is because it'll pull up that pink line. This one, see, it just put that in the middle point. This is putting it in the middle point with the words that are up in the middle. So that just put that in the right spot because I didn't have it in the right spot. You can also put a border on here if you want to put a border on here. Um, I probably would. You can put a border on the whole picture. If I can highlight the whole picture. Okay, there. So you see where the whole picture is highlighted purple. So you can go over here to element, and where you typed in, where I typed in gold lips, you could type in border. You want to kind of stay in your same little flow, or you could even do something like this. Um, you could do, you could even do glitter, and I'll show you how you can turn it down. So because I got pro, I'll go ahead and use this. I'm gonna go ahead and do my alt, and I'm gonna spread it out a little bit, right? But I'm gonna highlight my gold that I just put in there. And you see this transparency? If you click on that transparency, it's on 100%. And if you look at the picture, I'm bringing it down. So it's starting to go down and it's fading away. So it's still in the picture. It's just in the background. Actually, it's not in the background and it should be. So I want to put it in the background. So I highlight it again and you go to position and hit background and hit background and hit background. I don't know if you saw that, but it took the gold drops, that the gold glitter that I put in there, to the back. It took it off your face. It took it from over the words. It took it from over the lips. It's still on top of the green circles. And so I can hit background again and it's going to go behind the green circles. Then that way it won't mess up the green circles if you saw that. Not sure if you saw that, but I'll go back and do it again so you can see. Okay. So that's where I made it big. You can go to transparency, or if you want to do it before transparency. So I made it big, go to position, backwards, backward, backward. And so now it's behind the ball and everything, right? And then we're going to go to transparency, and then we're just going to bring it down a little bit. I like a little bling in a lot of my stuff. So I would probably do it like that and I would leave it like that because it makes it look really sophisticated. And it looks a lot different than how it started. You can also change these colors. So if you highlight these words, you can go up to the letter there. And you can also change it to whatever color you want. I just changed that to black. So I changed that to black. You can do that too. Let me see. Let me go back to home. And let me show you how to save it. And a lot of times, if you want to keep the same template and you just want to work around it and move around it, you can. All you have to do is add page here. It's going to add another page right here. And then you can design on the same template as you just designed on up here. And this is how you delete it. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you can. It'll make it easier. Also, this right here, you can move this. If you don't want your picture here, you can put your picture there. You can put your picture there. You can put your picture there, wherever. You don't have to leave it where the template originally has it. You can also move it. But we're just going to leave it like that because I like the way it looks. So we're going to leave it that way. And I was just getting ready to show. Oh, another thing I was going to say, and I shouldn't have done this. Let me move this. You see how low I have my website towards the bottom? You always, always, always are going to want to leave room. Oop. You always are going to want to leave room at the bottom because if ever you post on Instagram, it may not be the same template size as it is on Facebook. So it's going to cut your words off and it's going to cut your stuff off. And you don't want that to happen. So always make sure when you're making a flyer that your your words, your pictures, whatever is away from the sides. Now, this is okay because of the way that the flyer is made. So that's meant to be that way. Um, but and let me see here. I can also remove your background. Let me see what that's gonna look like. Because your background is a wall, the beige wall. Okay. So if you remove your background, then that's what it'll look like. It'll look like you're I don't like how that looks only because you can't buff that out. Now, if you have Photoshop, you can. I have Photoshop too. So sometimes I do use Photoshop on some of my stuff before I put it in here. But I'm not gonna teach that part because you don't have to have Photoshop. I only got Photoshop because I was making book covers and stuff. But
Question.
uh-huh.
So when you took the background off the picture, did you use the transparency or you use the background over there on the side?
Nope. You highlight the picture and you go over to edit image
Mm,
and you click background remover.
okay.
But if you don't have the paid Canva, you can't use that, but there is another website you can use is this remove.bg forward slash, well, not upload because I had just used it, but it's remove.bg is the name of it. And you can go here and you can click upload. Let me show you how it works. Uh, where's the picture? Okay. All right. So here's a picture that has a background. So I just stamped on that and it's going to upload it. I do use this sometimes and see it automatically removes the background. I just don't use it a lot because see it left a little bit there. And unless you have a editing program like Photoshop, sometimes you can't correct that. It doesn't always do that. It just depends on what's all in your background. But this is a free background remover if you want to use it. I do use it sometimes. I don't use it a lot, but I do use it. It's nothing wrong with it. Um I mean, of course it's free, so there are going to be some pros and cons to it. You know what I'm saying? I think con to it is the con to it is sometimes your pictures end up blurry. Um, once it removes the background. So once you put it on the object that you're putting it on, like the flyer that you're putting it on, then your picture is blurry and everything else, you know what I'm saying? And you don't want to have mismatch consistency like that. So a lot of times I don't use it. Um, Here is another flyer that I made, and I used the same template. It was a braid flyer that I'd already made for a braid class that I'm getting ready to have, but I just used the same flyer for the flyer class. I made that flyer and I also made that flyer and I did all of those in Canva. Now this flyer and this flyer I made in Canva and I didn't have the paid Canva. However, this flyer I did. And the reason that I showed you these is because when you're working on these flyers, if you want to use more words, you're gonna want to make sure that your spacing of your words is correct and also your colors. So I have three different sizings, not spacings. I have three different sizings of my words here. And I got, hold on. I
And it's
got,
not showing the flyers.
r- um, I got, you said it's not what?
I don't see any flyers.
Did I, stop sharing?
Yeah, because I don't see no computer, no nothing.
Oh, hold on. What I do? Oh, hold on. Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I must have had clicked it off. My bad. Okay, so as I was saying, this flyer right here, I originally made the flyer about the class. That was originally a braid flyer for a class that I'm about to have. I just rearranged the words. And what I meant by earlier when I said you could use this stuff here, and I was going to show you, that's what I meant. Because see, this original flyer, go back, if you go back over the template, was this. That is a new page. This is what that flyer started off as. And this is what I ended with. I liked the color scheme that they had, so I kept the color scheme. But what I mean by the positioning and the size of your words, they only have those little bit of words. I deleted all of that and I did all of this because it was so much stuff that I needed to cram in about my class. So you have to make the words smaller. So these were really big at first. You just change the size right here, or you could change your box right here. Do your art and change your box. And then right underneath that, I put smaller words and then bigger words at the bottom. Your price is always going to want to be bigger than anything else. You ain't gonna want to make it huge, but you're gonna want to make sure it's noticeable. These are some of those circles that I was telling you about. So if I remove that picture, that is not a circle that has the tree in it, and I mean the sky in it and the golf grass. It's not. It's just I went over here to element and I typed in circle and I just grabbed a circle from over here just so that I could put her picture in the inside. And then I did border like I did before. And I took a circle border, this one right here. I took a circle border and I put it around the pictures. So you can just move those around. And let me move this. I'm gonna have to move my picture out of the way in order to move it. See? So you can just move that because that picture is just there. But you can make it do so many different things. You just gonna want to make sure you're consistent with it. And I placed myself there. I had a background behind me, and this was one of the ones where I removed the background. So I'm gonna take that picture off. Um, okay, here it go. Okay, so this is the picture that I wanted to use, right? And you see, I'm in my living room, so you got my wall, you got my Venetian blinds. So I could have taken this and went to remove BG and brought it back. However, I just paid the little, you know, because I think it's like 12.99. It's a lot easier. And then you know that when you do it through Canva, at least you know that your quality of your picture is still gonna be good. So I just removed my background. And I was small right there because it was the original picture. So I held down Alt and it made me bigger. Excuse me.